has been reported by the Sun-Sentinel newspaper. The suspects were identified as Junior Alexander Cabral, 28 years of age, and Vladimir Cabral Cuevas, 20. USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I had begun to notice after 10 days with Balance of Nature, I felt better, more energetic, and believe me, for me, that's something because I have energy anyway, but as old as I am, that was really something to start really noticing. You know, we're all responsible for choosing what our attitudes are, but I had a better mental outlook. I mean, I always try to be positive, but there were subtle things in me that I began to notice. I just felt a difference with this.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. The peanut harvest is about 70% complete, but still some delays in the field due to high moisture conditions and hard time to harvest these peanuts. There are some other problems across the belt. In Texas and Oklahoma, they announced today that they're going to be hit with a major freeze, ice storm, and some areas predicting 2 inches of snow. That crop is only about 50% complete. It's too early to predict the damage. However, it will impact the remaining peanut harvest. Another factor coming into play is cotton. Cotton has become a major marketing factor for peanuts. Usually cotton and peanuts rotate on their crop rotation. They say now that December 2021 futures are now over 70 cents per pound, and that may cause some farmers to sign a contract and divert peanut land next year to cotton land. Acres could switch by growing cotton next season. In the meantime, the southeast peanut industry has been extremely lucky in that most of the major storms were west of the major peanut area, just as Zeta that moved in this past week into New Orleans. But no major hurricanes except one or two in the peanut belt that could have caused some major delays. Peanut market is still strong. Some are going from $425 and $450 per ton at local buying points.
Hi, I'm Greg Peterson of the Peterson Farm Brothers. If you've seen our videos, you know we're proud to be farmers. Farming can be dangerous. Never assume location or depth of underground utilities or pipelines. Before you start any work on your farm, call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com to have underground lines located. It only takes a minute and can save your life.
Never assume the location or depth of underground lines. Always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com before you start work. A message from the Pipeline Operators for Ag Safety campaign.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Today will be partly sunny and less humid with a high of 79 to 83. Clear to partly cloudy skies tonight, low 60 to 72. Then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday all will be mostly sunny. Should be nice days. High Saturday 82 to 86. High Sunday 86 to 88. High Monday 73 to 78. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
My fellow conservatives, I have an urgent message. Vote no on Amendment 3. This is Ryan Chamberlain with Save My Constitution. Amendment 3 will let liberals vote against conservatives in primaries. Liberals hope that Amendment 3 will water down conservative leadership in Florida's legislature so they can raise taxes and limit our gun rights. Let's stop their scheme. Vote no on Amendment 3. Paid electioneering communication paid for by Save My Constitution, 1700 North Monroe Street, Suite 11-253, Tallahassee, Florida, 32303.
It's still Friday. Oh, yeah. Don't worry, it'll get shorter as the day goes by, as they say. Welcome back to Ocala Talks. Big Joe here sitting in for Tom Schmitz. And we have, as promised, MaryLynn's on there, and she's a Republican member of the Florida House of Representatives representing the 82nd District, which includes most of Martin County, which I just asked her where it was, and some parts of the northern Palm Beach County. She will be discussing a new conservative fund. Good morning, MaryLynn. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, we love people that know what they're doing, and you know what you're doing.
Well, it's been my honor to work in the Florida House of Representatives as a representative down here in Martin County. I've also served as Speaker pro tempore the past couple of years in the Florida House, which basically is just a big word for kind of being vice president of the Florida House. I stand in when the Speaker's out.
Thanks for dumbing it down for me. Okay. You did good. Okay. Get into the crust of it, if you would. What is the new conservative fund, please?
Well, I got to tell you, when I ran a few years back, it was because I was frustrated with politics as usual. I felt like what we needed in politics and people that we needed to represent us are people that have started a business, raised a family, worked jobs day to day, that really understood how to get things moving in this country, and not just people. We shouldn't be just electing people that had a political ladder to climb and looking for personal gain, kind of like what we've seen with the Biden family lately. So I put my hat in the ring. I've been serving in the Florida House, and I want to make sure that we continue that candidates like I have been have the resources to get elected, to make sure that we're electing true conservatives. Make sure that we're electing people that know how to run a business, that have raised a family, that have gone to work every day, that understand how to balance a budget. And so that's what I have been doing with this conservative fund, is to make sure that we find those candidates that will fill that spot.
Okay.
And, of course, with Election Day just around the corner, working really hard to make sure the top of the ticket is elected, that we reelect Donald J. Trump for another 4 years, and that the Florida House and Senate remain conservative as well.
And we have, just one more day to vote early? Am I correct on that, Saturday?
Yes, and then we're getting out there on Election Day. And Republicans have been really good, outperforming, making sure that they're early voting, get that vote in, because I think Election Day, especially with keeping social distance in the poll lines, we're going to see a lot of lines. So I'd say get out there and vote today.
Yeah, I voted. I voted yesterday, or was it the day before? All I know is I voted early, got my little sticker, I voted. So yeah, definitely. I can't say who I voted for because I'm in the position I'm in, but let's just say I voted the right way. Okay.
Sounds good.
And the lines, like you say, voting early wasn't that bad. It was only 15 minutes. I was in.
Good.
So you don't be scared.
It's definitely worth the 15 minutes of your life to get out there and vote today.
Well, everybody tells me I'm politically incorrect when I say things, but if you don't vote, don't complain. And I cleaned that up. You know what this usually says, but you can't complain if you don't vote.
That's right. And I'm glad to see so many people. It looks like numbers are way up in the state of Florida.
Oh, yes.
The turnout is way up. And I think that's exciting. I think it's exciting that people that have told me that they've never voted before, but this time they feel like it's all on the line, and they are making sure that they get out there and vote.
It is all on the line. You're 100% correct. Getting back again, I drove off the track a little bit. I'm going to get back on the track with this new conservative fund. Logically, there's going to be numbers to call and places to get in touch with you or your committee. How do they do that?
They can certainly get in touch with me on our website, MaryLynnMagar.com, and we will be making sure that we find not only this election a couple days from now, but in the future, make sure that we find conservatives, that we encourage young people, that we encourage women to not be afraid of being conservative and to express their views and their principles and get out there and put their hat in the ring. We know we can do it. I think somewhere near your listening area, we have great young women like Josie Tomko in the Florida House of Representatives, and and we need more Josies.
Oh, yeah, definitely, without a doubt. So let me, my thick Italian skull here is saying, all right, you're getting this new conservative fund set up, and people are contributing it, and then you're saying a prospective person wants to be on the conservative ticket. They would come to you and say, hey, I want to do, but I just don't have the funds to compete with my competitor. And then you would look over their financials and everything, and you would help them financially. Is that what I'm getting?
We could do that. We could also help them become more educated on the process. We would look at introducing them to other people that might be able to help them financially. Mm-hmm. But the end line is to really find people with those conservative values that never thought they could do it before, and to help support them in any way, whether it's financially or being a sounding board for them, helping them develop policies, helping them get out there and get their message to people. And it's kind of tough when you've never done it before and never really studied it before. But there is a process, and there's things that you've got to do. When I first ran, I ran against a former member and someone that had hundreds of thousands of dollars to put in the race, and I didn't have that. So, what had worked for me was getting out and knocking door to door and talking to people. And I want to be able to share that and teach people how to get in there and get their message out.
So it's almost like a mentorship that's helping.
You could call it that.
Well, thank you. To get into political arena, politics is a totally different animal than going for a job somewhere else. To work in a factory it is a totally because you're serving the people. You're serving your constituents.
But you have to understand what your constituents see, who is out there. For instance, if you are here in Martin County, there's going to be areas that you need to know that we've got our ag people out west near Indiantown. You have to understand what they're going through, what red tape they might be having to process to get things done. We've got our fishermen on the East Coast. We've got our scientists and life sciences, business people. So every little pocket is part of that district that if you want to represent, you need to know what their issues are, what their problems are, what their successes are.
And that's what you what do they call them? Town halls. You have town halls where they can come and they can talk to you.
Town halls, knocking door to door, face-to-face meeting. It's really the best way. I mean, obviously with COVID, it's been a very difficult year for many people to get out there. But I can tell you, the candidates that are going to be successful this time are the ones that really talk to the voters. And I think even on a national level, this is why we see President Trump so popular in the state of Florida. He's made promises, and he's delivered on those promises. He said he'd cut taxes. He did. He said he'd reduce regulations and red tape, ignite the economy. He's done that. Energy independence, here we go. He canceled the Iran deal. He put an embassy in Jerusalem. We're building peace in the Middle East. He's done so many of the things he said because he's talked to the people and he understands. He understands health care. He has worked with us in the state of Florida and what we have done with health care to increase the use of telemedicine, improve access to rural health care, pre-existing coverage for pre-existing conditions. I mean, President Trump has done all of these things, and that's what you want in a leader and an elected, to someone that has sat down, understood what's going on in the community, and boom, get it done.
Oh yeah. I had the privilege of I was about 30 feet from him when he came over here in Ocala, and
that's exciting.
Oh, it was. It was worth the wait. It was worth the sweat. It was worth. It was worth it. Would I do it again? Yeah. And he's an individual that is phenomenal, like you yourself. We are speaking to MaryLynn, and she is a Republican member of the Florida House of Representatives, represented 82nd District, and she has discussed with us a new conservative fund that she wants to plan to start going. MaryLynn, would you give because we're out of time, I'm a little over, but that's okay. Give us your email address and a phone number that they can get in touch with you, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. You can reach me on the website at MaryLynnMagar.com or 561-371-3120. I'm happy to help.
Well, there we go.
Let's all get out there and vote today.
I thank you so much for coming on board with us today. It was interesting. And it wasn't like watching paint dry, and I love it. I love that. I love that. Thank you again for coming on.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.